Hey everybody, Goldie here, and welcome to the first edition of Q&A, because I'm Canadian, eh? And I figured, what better time than the present? We have a new tour stipulation called Extreme Rules, and a lot of people have questions about said tour. So I figured I have already completed this with stipulation and without stipulation, and I will walk you through how it's supposed to go. You can see I am live on Twitch. We have questions in the chat. People wondering, how does this work? First off, we need a Legends era. And the CSS is for Ghostbusters. So I'm going to go in with my normal Ghostbuster Cena setup, which is countdowns, damage per, all countdown gem entourage. That's how we do. And let's see what these stipulations look like. If you fail an Extreme Rules requirement, can you heal back your health lost? That is a great question. And I guess I would have to use somebody that heals themselves. If you get an extra turn, does it give you an additional action towards your counter? Again, would have to check. So as you can see, starting this match, there's a big shiny 1 in the middle. Click on that. Start time 1 turn. So you get 1 turn to get yourself established. The stipulation for this match: destroy 16 red gems in 5 actions. Actions very similar to Faction Boss. These would be moves and gem swipes. So 5 actions to destroy 16 red gems. Failure to do so will result in taking damage equal to 80% of your maximum HP. So I'm going to start by playing normally, because you have 1 turn to get established. However, similar to a Faction Boss, if you can brute force it on turn 1, by all means brute force it on turn 1. Now the question is, do I have a swipe here that's going to pin? I don't. Took my gems. So match starts as normal. Kick out, stipulation not applied. Here we go, Extreme Rules. 16 red gems in 5 actions. Do you think I can do it? Is there any entourage and or boss breakers that would minimize the damage taken by the Extreme Rules modifications? Because it's not a boss battle, the boss battle breakers wouldn't work, but that would be an interesting thing to add. Do you have to be the one to break them? Or if you're using the double red black moveset on Corbin, does him breaking your traps count in general? Excellent question. If you need to be the one doing it, I will show you. You get 5 actions, right? So let's swipe. That's an action. It's still our turn. So when the stipulation is active, you are the only one interacting with the gem board. As you can see, we have a little counter here. I do wish if you clicked on it, it would show you how many you've broken. As you can see, we're about halfway. So I do feel like being able to tell how many you've done would be helpful. Regular gem swipes count. I am going to purposely fail the stipulation just to show that when the stipulation is active, you can go ahead and hit your other moves if you want to. He's already in danger, so it's not really going to show. But you don't damage the opponent when the stipulation is live. I failed the stipulation. I lost 80% of my health. the match will still continue as normal now. So this would be if you have somebody that heals themselves, you should be able to heal that health back. And now we have a 3-turn timer again. He is in danger, so I can take this swipe and end the match. That is one example. Is there a legend that heals themselves? Because I would like to test out... that theory. Well, well. Well, well. I will do this just to test. Now, this first rendition of the tour is legends only. So, we're going to test this out. I'm going to play to get pinned here. If I had a swipe, which I do not. That was unfortunate. Extreme rules, folks. And I purposely want to fail. I purposely would like to fail. Because I need to lose my health. Fail! We suck. Alright. Oh no, it's a sub. Oh, he's not gonna pin me! This isn't working the way I wanted it to. Haha! We got it, folks. Let's do that. That should spit out some heal gems. We're at 1.3. So you can gain your health back. Good to know. Can you stack up stun turns during the extreme rules phase? Let's go grab the one who makes 36 red gems for hard mode. Sika would probably be a decent one because you'll also get the blast gems to help blow up more of the board. Let's do a quick scroll here. I mean, Ghostbuster Cena does as well. He has a choose move. You can choose to try to cascade into black matches. You could also use the, is it break, red, get black, the Eye of the Tiger plate. Shout out to Professor G, who thoroughly enjoys that plate, to help reload everything. Clubber Lang might, let's take a peek. Makes random black, choose red, choose destroy. Okay, so there's kind of. But also, if you're struggling, you can attempt to brute force it and see if that works. Warrior, maybe? Way back in the day. Make random green. Ah, here it is. Way back in my day. Way back in my day, when stipulation tours were done without Powerhouse Kevin Owens. This was one of my go-tos for reds. Make random blue into red, swap a random area into red, hit some cross breaks, blow up the board. That would be a decent attempt. But we do want to test out the stun. So let's go ahead and grab the one. I don't have a loadout saved. I think I remember. Is it start with yellow? Start with yellow. He the one. Have I ever used him? I have. Okay. We'll do double MP, just for LOLs. And that way we're like for sure ready to go when this starts. Just to see what stunning the opponent in this stipulation match does. Did I miss NWO Hogan? Okay. That's fine. So I guess I need to swipe. Because we need him to do his thing. I feel like with having 5 actions, doing a stun lock is not going to work as well as we think. Because how many stuns can I stack up here? Failed. So, if I hit this and then swipe, will he be stunned for 3 turns? He will. All right. So that's kind of fun, isn't it? Good to know. I'm sure there's some strategy that we could bring in there. Oh, and they hit me with the stipulation again, so. We are all learning this game mode together. I can come out with a more comprehensive video, but I figured live on stream there were people asking questions. We're probably gonna lose. So you can fail the stipulation, but still 3-star the match. Or if you're like me, you could fail the stipulation. And just lose the match in general. I'm learning. So I am live on Twitch. He just answered. I know a lot of people are probably going to be using Ghostbuster Cena for this. So let's go to hell mode. Where it's actually hell. Previous. Use black and red show of hearts. Jamie, you're reading my mind here. You're reading my mind here. But I'm also going to bring these in because I know people had question about props. And will those props count towards your stipulation met? I'm also very curious to those of you watching on YouTube. If you have any questions, I know I'm not answering like a ton definitively right now. I am live streaming this. So kind of doing this on a whim. You can see that he is taking damage here. I'm going to swipe. There's a black match, which is favorable. Gonna let Stay Puft do their thing. And then we can maybe look a little more in depth. It's okay, Jamie. I forgive you. All right, Extreme Rules. 48 red gems in 5 actions. Again, I am going to purposely fail this stipulation because I want to show how this works. He has 19 million health. and not taking damage from moves when the stipulation is active. So the only thing that counts here are the gems broken. Which I'm, again, purposely failing. Failed. Danger. Now we can go ahead and start damaging him as normal. I didn't even think to use props. That's on me. That's on me. Ta-da! So when you're in danger, you can still win, even if you don't have the stipulation. Which, on hell mode, you don't need to worry about 3-starring it, so maybe just focus on being able to beat him with the countdown gem damage. Bring some props. We are going to go in this one more time because I want to see if these, what are they called? The chosen ones. I want to see if these work towards the extreme rules stipulation. Would a game mode like this possibly make vitality medals viable? It takes 80% of your maximum health regardless if you have 10 million or 20 million. So you would just lose more health. And I believe 80% is where you get into the lack of kick out range. So that would require some testing as well that I can definitely do in another video. But we're checking on these props. Choose 3 to make into red. This is where the counter would be very helpful. But props did not count as an action. FYI. Folks. Props don't count as an action. I wonder if that's something that was intended. Maybe to be patched. Now we're out of props. But is it because you're getting extra turns with a 5 match? Let's test that out. Nope. Still counts. Again, I really wish this had the indicator. What happens when there's stipulation success? Success! Da 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 da. Cool. Alright, so we could use props here. Now, that's up to you if you deem this game mode to be important enough to use your props. Also, we're getting extra turns because we've made wildcards in that stipulation. We're just swiping regular gems here. But they are loading up on extra turns after the fact. So maybe something to consider as well. Just make yourself a bunch of wildcards when that stipulation is live. And then when the stipulation ends, you can use that to your advantage. Very interesting. Very interesting. think people refer to props for creating extra turns for countdown damage, but if I understand correctly, the damage is not accounted for during extreme stipulations. That is correct. However, you do have one turn to get yourself sorted out. So if you want to use the props that first turn and just win with brute force, then you can. And then we have our little countdown up here. Our stipulation timer. So this timer is for turns, and then the stipulation timer is for actions. So really interesting game. I don't really know if we want to call it a game mode. It's kind of like half like a stipulation tour, half like a faction boss for solo. But initial response and review, I enjoy this. I appreciate when they try to do something new. I feel like this is fairly innovative. I like it. There's ways around it. Of course, if you can just brute force it turn one, then by all means. Will this always be for red gems? Will it be maybe deal damage in a certain number of actions? Very curious to see where they go with this game mode. Based off your comment whether or not you find this worth doing, what are the rewards you get from it? Do you get special items or anything like that? So for this tour, it is their Thanksgiving event. Hell mode, you get a blitz ticket. If you use a Ghostbuster, you get prize wall medallions. My assumption will be that these will be tailored around the events going on in the game. So maybe if there isn't a midweek and there's an Extreme Rules match, maybe it aligns with the month-long contest. Again, curious to see where all of this goes, but this has been the first edition of Q&A for Extreme Rules. Let me know in the comments any other questions you may have about this game mode. Again, this isn't a completely definitive Q&A regarding it. It was more testing this out live on stream. But please let me know in the comments if you have any questions regarding the game mode. I will do my best to answer them, and we can all test things out together. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Be sure to like, share with your friends, and subscribe so you're notified when my next gameplay video comes out. Thank you again for watching, and thank you for being a friend.